You think budgeting will save you. Cute. You've got your colorful spreadsheets, your neat columns, and maybe even a motivational quote slapped on top. Yet, you're still drowning in debt. Here's the truth, and it stings. Budgeting is just another illusion of control. You believe that discipline will conquer all, as if sheer willpower alone will plug the holes in your rapidly sinking financial ship. Let's shatter that mirage. Discipline is not a superpower, it's a finite resource. Decision fatigue eats it for breakfast. The more choices you make in a day, the weaker your ability to make the right ones becomes. You're not failing because you're undisciplined. You're failing because you're human. Welcome to the club. Believing in luck? That's adorable. You think a windfall is around the corner. Maybe the lottery or a generous relative will swoop in and save the day. But here's a hard pill. Luck is not a strategy. It's a cognitive crutch. When you lean on it, you're handing over your financial future to a series of unlikely events. Statistically, you're banking on a miracle. And miracles, my friend, are not a retirement plan. Now, let's talk about mental accounting. This isn't a ledger in your brain. It's a delusion that makes you feel financially astute. You create little mental piggy banks for different expenses, thinking it adds structure. Reality check. It's just a way to justify spending. You allow small indulgences under the guise of it's okay. It's not from the main budget. Spoiler alert, all money is green. Your brain, however, insists on categorizing and compartmentalizing. It's a neat trick, but it's just a trick. Finally, let's address the heart of your illusion, the scarcity mindset. The idea that there's never enough, that you're perpetually behind, fuels your financial anxiety. It's a treadmill of scarcity, not ambition, that keeps you running in place. This mindset is not resourceful. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you think you lack, the more you actually do. This isn't about having less. It's about thinking smaller. Your brain is stuck in survival mode. It's not an economic strategy, it's a glitch. So, you're wondering, where's the glitch? Let's dissect the budgeting illusion. You think of it as a shield against financial chaos. But it's just a facade. Your brain is programmed for survival, not arithmetic. Cognitive bias sneaks in, making you overestimate your future discipline while underestimating your current temptations. You look at your budget and see balance. Your brain sees a suggestion. It's not a plan, it's wishful thinking dressed in Excel. The supposed discipline is a mirage. Welcome to the budgeting glitch. Next up, the discipline facade. You treat it like a muscle that grows with use. But here's the catch, it depletes. Every choice you make chips away at your mental stamina. Decision fatigue is a silent saboteur. By dinner, you're ordering takeout because your brain's had enough. This isn't a lack of willpower, it's a circuit overload. Your mental wiring is calibrated for efficiency, not excess. You're not lazy, just overloaded. The discipline you idolize is a chimera, not a constant. Now, let's unravel the luck fallacy. Sure, you might catch a break, but relying on luck is akin to betting on a coin toss to pay your mortgage. Your brain is wired for pattern recognition and causality, not randomness. So, it clings to rare events and overestimates their likelihood. Meanwhile, consistent actions get sidelined. You dream of jackpots instead of building savings. This isn't optimism, it's statistical naivety. Luck is an unreliable ally, more smoke than substance. Enter mental accounting, the glitch that masquerades as organization. You separate funds into neat categories, giving yourself a false sense of control. But your brain's mental ledger is inherently flawed. It's influenced by cognitive biases, like loss aversion, which prioritize perceived wins over actual losses. You justify splurges by rating different accounts. This mental gymnastics isn't savvy, it's self-deception. All you're doing is shuffling money around without changing the total. It's a shell game, not a strategy. Finally, the scarcity mindset. It's not just a thought, it's a mental script that dictates your every move. Your brain is stuck in a loop, triggered by loss aversion, making you focus on what you don't have instead of leveraging what you do. This mindset throttles your financial potential. You make decisions out of fear instead of strategy. It's a survival glitch, not a rational assessment. You're not lacking, you're locked in a mental cage. The scarcity script is a faulty program, not a reality. Here's the unvarnished truth. The cost of these glitches is staggering. Over a lifetime, the budgeting illusion leads to unplanned expenses piling up, interest compounding on debt, and missed opportunities for growth. Your brain's miscalculations add up to thousands of dollars evaporating into thin air. But here's the twist. That same cognitive structure, when repurposed, can become a powerful tool. If you rewire your mental accounting to focus on surplus rather than shortage, you convert chaos into clarity. It's not the system that's broken, but the script. Discipline, as it stands, is a fleeting resource. Yet, paradoxically, its ephemeral nature is its greatest asset. Instead of expecting it to be a constant, leverage it in bursts. Your brain is designed to handle short sprints of focus, not marathons of restraint. Harness it for high-impact decisions and automate the rest. Reallocate this limited resource to areas that yield the highest returns. What you considered a flaw is actually a feature. The glitch is not in the depletion, but in the allocation. Luck, the unreliable ally, is not entirely useless. Your brain's inclination to notice patterns can be an asset if directed towards consistent behaviors. Instead of waiting for a windfall, establish a pattern of systematic savings. This rewires your brain to recognize and value incremental progress over improbable jackpots. The brain's pattern recognition, when channeled correctly, transforms luck into logic. What you thought of as a dependency on fortune is the seed of strategic foresight. Luck isn't a plan, but pattern recognition is. Mental accounting may seem like a cognitive flaw, but it's actually a template for strategic mental framing. Redefine your categories to focus on future value rather than instant gratification. Train your brain to see money as a tool for opportunity rather than a resource for consumption. This shift in perspective converts mental accounting from a trap into a tactical advantage. Your mind's inclination to compartmentalize can be leveraged to prioritize long-term gains over short-term indulgences. It's not about changing the game, but changing the goal. Finally, the scarcity mindset, seemingly the most insidious glitch, holds the key to unlocking abundance. Reframe scarcity as a catalyst for creativity instead of a barrier. Your brain is wired to adapt and innovate when resources are limited. Redirect this survival mode to fuel strategic thinking and resourcefulness. By flipping the script, you convert a perceived lack into a driver of innovation. The scarcity mindset isn't a dead end, it's a launch pad. The glitch is not scarcity, but the perception of it. It's time to rewrite your internal protocol. First up, budgeting. Forget the spreadsheets. Automate your finances. Set up automatic transfers that send a portion of your income directly into savings and investments. Make spending decisions irrelevant by minimizing them. This is not about self-control, it's about system control. Your brain thrives on efficiency, not endless choice. By removing the need for daily financial decisions, you preserve mental energy for more meaningful tasks. The goal is to make smart choices once and let automation do the rest. Next, harness the power of discipline by rethinking its application. Implement decision rules. Create simple, inviolable guidelines for spending and saving. For instance, decide that you'll never spend more than a certain percentage of your income on non-essentials. This transforms discipline from a daily struggle into a strategic framework. By establishing these rules, you free your mind from constant decision-making. This is not about being frugal, it's about being strategic. You turn discipline from a drain into a directive. Now, reframe your relationship with luck. Instead of waiting for it, create it. Establish rituals that enhance your probability of financial success. This could be as simple as regular saving or investing habits. By constructing these routines, you reduce the randomness in your financial life and increase predictability. Luck becomes less of a gamble and more of a strategy. This is not about hoping for the best, it's about preparing for it. Transform luck from an elusive dream into a predictable outcome. Mental accounting, when restructured, becomes your strategic ally. Create mental categories that prioritize growth, such as investment and education. Rather than focusing on what you can't have, focus on what you can build. This shift encourages you to allocate funds towards self-improvement and future potential. Your brain's natural tendency to compartmentalize can now drive your financial growth. It's not about restricting spending, it's about redirecting it. Turn mental accounting from a limitation into a launchpad for progress. Lastly, transform your scarcity mindset into a resourcefulness mindset. Use perceived limitations to fuel innovation. Instead of seeing scarcity as a lack, view it as a challenge to overcome. Your brain's evolutionary wiring for survival is a powerful tool when applied creatively. This isn't about denying your limitations, but leveraging them. By flipping the script, you turn scarcity into a wellspring of creativity and opportunity. The goal is not just to survive, but to thrive in the face of constraints. Let's make the shift tangible. Start with automation. Set it up so your paycheck is divided the moment it hits your account. Savings, bills, investments, all allocated automatically. This is not laziness, it's efficiency. Your mental energy is better spent on strategic planning than on repetitive decisions. This protocol change converts chaos into order, making your financial landscape a series of predictable actions. It's about making inertia work for you, not against you. Automate and watch your life declutter itself. Implement decision rules for your finances. Set a clear rule. X% of your income goes to non-negotiable savings. This isn't about deprivation, it's about direction. By setting these parameters, you eliminate the decision fatigue that drains your discipline. It's like setting your brain to autopilot for financial decisions, freeing up cognitive resources for more complex tasks. This approach transforms discipline from a finite resource into a relentless force. You're not just saving money, you're saving mental bandwidth. Ritualize your financial habits. Whether it's setting aside time each week to review your finances or automating an investment, make it a ritual. This structure transforms an abstract goal into a concrete action. Your brain loves routines. They reduce uncertainty and increase predictability. By embedding financial rituals into your life, you make growth inevitable. This isn't about being a slave to routine. It's about becoming a master of it. Rituals are your scaffolding, supporting your financial ascent. Reframe mental accounting as a growth strategy. Create categories that speak to advancement, like skills or dream fund. Instead of seeing these as expenses, view them as investments in your future. This change in perspective aligns your spending with your long-term goals. Your brain's natural tendency to compartmentalize becomes an ally in your financial journey. Mental accounting isn't a glitch, it's a tool, provided you wield it wisely. It's not just financial planning, it's future planning. Finally, embrace resourcefulness. Challenge the scarcity mindset by reimagining constraints as opportunities for growth. Your brain is hardwired for survival, which means it's primed to adapt and innovate under pressure. Use this to your advantage. Instead of seeing limitations, see possibilities. This shift in mindset transforms scarcity from a barrier into a springboard. You're not just surviving within constraints, you're thriving because of them. Resourcefulness is not a last resort, it's your first line of defense. Let's crystallize the protocol shift. First, recognize that automation is not just a convenience, it's a necessity. By automating your financial life, you're turning routine into ritual and chaos into calm. This isn't about losing control, it's about gaining clarity. You're leveraging your brain's natural inclination for pattern recognition and habit formation. Automate not because you're lazy, but because you're smart. This is how you build a fortress of financial stability, one automated transaction at a time. Now, internalize the power of decision rules. They're not guidelines, but guardrails. By setting firm financial boundaries, you convert discipline from an elusive ideal into a concrete reality. This isn't just about spending less, it's about spending smart. Your brain is wired to follow paths of least resistance, so lay those paths with intention. Decision rules transform your financial landscape from a minefield into a roadmap. You're not just avoiding pitfalls, you're charting a course to prosperity. Rituals are your anchor in the storm of financial uncertainty. By embedding regular financial habits into your routine, you create a foundation of stability and predictability. This is not about being rigid, it's about being resilient. Your brain craves consistency, and rituals provide it. They act as a stabilizing force in a world of chaos, turning your financial journey into a series of deliberate steps. Rituals are not constraints, they're catalysts for growth. Mental accounting, once a source of confusion, is now your strategic ally. By redefining your mental categories, you align your financial actions with your long-term goals. This isn't about hiding expenses, it's about highlighting opportunities. Your brain's natural tendency to compartmentalize becomes a tool for strategic focus. Mental accounting is not a limitation, but a lens through which you view your financial landscape. You're not just managing money, you're mastering it. Finally, embrace scarcity as a springboard for innovation. Instead of viewing limitations as barriers, see them as opportunities to think creatively. Your brain is wired for adaptation and survival. Use this to your advantage. Scarcity is not a dead end, but a detour to discovery. This mindset shift transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth. You're not just surviving within constraints, you're redefining what's possible. Resourcefulness is not a fallback plan, it's your frontline strategy. Let's consolidate the transformation. Automation is your new baseline. It's the silent guardian of your finances, ensuring that your money flows in the right direction without your constant oversight. This isn't about relinquishing control, it's about redefining it. By setting up systems that work for you, you create a financial autopilot that allows you to focus on broader strategies rather than mundane tasks. Automation converts potential entropy into organized efficiency. It's not just a tool, it's your financial ally. Reaffirm your commitment to decision rules. These are not mere suggestions, but your financial commandments. By establishing clear, unwavering rules for spending and saving, you remove ambiguity from your financial decisions. Your brain, which thrives on certainty, finds solace in these structured guidelines. Decision rules transform your financial journey from a series of guesswork into a calculated strategy. They're not just a safety net, but a launchpad for intentional growth. You're not navigating blindly, you're steering with precision. Rituals have solidified their place as cornerstone practices in your financial architecture. They create a rhythm that your brain can comfortably dance to, reducing stress and enhancing focus. This isn't about rigidity, it's about rhythm. By embedding financial rituals into your day-to-day life, you create an environment where success is not just a possibility, but an inevitability. Rituals are the silent symphony that orchestrates your financial success. They're not just habits, they're harmonies in your financial overture. Use mental accounting as a lens to focus your financial vision. By consciously redefining how you categorize your finances, you align your daily actions with your overarching goals. This isn't just about tracking spending, it's about tracking progress. Mental accounting becomes the lens through which you visualize your financial future. It transforms abstract numbers into concrete milestones. You're not merely balancing a ledger, you're charting a course. Mental accounting is not a limitation, it's a strategic lens. Finally, embrace your newfound resourcefulness. Where you once saw scarcity, you now see opportunity. Your brain's adaptive nature allows you to transform constraints into catalysts for innovation. This isn't just about coping, it's about conquering. Scarcity is not a roadblock, but a stepping stone. By leveraging what you have, instead of lamenting what you lack, you redefine the landscape of possibility. Resourcefulness is not just a strategy, it's a mindset. You're not just surviving, you're thriving.